What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode on The Black Experience. I am your host, Ermias Hagos here, and we are back with another amazing episode, y'all. And before I even start, thank you to all my supporters. Today, by the way, is a beautiful day, y'all. I don't know if you guys can see the sun, but me and my guests are grinning. We're shining, right? Because it is a beautiful day. Spring is upon us here in the Pacific Northwest, so it is a great time to be alive. So I hope you guys enjoy this one because this one is going to be good. Today, y'all, I have a multi-genre musician with me today. He's the founder of Time of Your Life, and he goes by another name, the Luminary. Without further ado, y'all, let's put our hands together and let's bring up SoraCD. What's going on, man?
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm chilling, man. How are you?
It's a beautiful day in Seattle, so I can't complain. Whenever the sun's out in here, it's the best place on earth, so I'm grateful.
Now, is spring your favorite season?
It is, actually. As a person who has sensitive allergies, you'd think, spring isn't something I'm rocking with, but spring is my favorite season. Not too hot, not too cold.
Yeah.
Beautiful weather.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. Man, for me, I'm not a big winter person, but you live with it, right?
Yeah,
and you try to make the most of it, yeah.
Right.
But I would be lying if I said as soon as that sun comes out, spring, summer, my attitude, everything about me just lines
it's a
up.
different place too. You can see like how many people actually live here, and people outside. People
are really outside.
Yeah,
bro.
really outside. So yeah, I love when the sun pops out in Seattle.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, thank you for taking the time in between shifts, to come do this, man. Tell the audience a little bit about your background, who Sora is, a little bit where you come from.
Hi, I'm Sora. I'm a kid from the Central District, man, east side of Seattle, Washington. I make music, the best music if you ask me, and I'm just here to be the biggest and best artist in the world and bring Seattle music to the forefront,
There we go.
cut and dry.
Yeah. What was tell us a little bit, growing up here in the Pacific Northwest, specifically Seattle, how's that experience been?
It's something that I'll never take for granted, just because I was actually having a conversation with my parents not too long ago about different places that they could have raised us. And I won't say the cities. I don't want to cause any tension in that direction, but I'm really thankful that we were raised here, just for the simple fact that we have such a unique culture and in a microculture within that culture that people from outside of this space will never understand or will soon understand, through, platforms like these. And I think it's such a beautiful experience, being able to see the multitude of avenues that you can travel down in this space, being able to have the melting pot of cultures and experiences. I've seen anybody from any walk of life, from any place in the world, right in this one city. And I think that's amazing. It's beautiful, and the rest of the world should know about it.
100%. I mean, I've been to other states in the U.S. and even the water quality here is so good, man.
Man, no,
it is
water.
Crispy.
Yeah, no, I just got back out of the country. Man, the water is different. Like even if like I had water in like an airport, different city, and I was just like, it's so heavy, and like you gotta appreciate the little things, man. Everyone wants to focus on the rain. But there's so many beautiful things about this culture, the food, the flora, the fauna, the nature, the relationship with the environment. We got really good medicine here. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of different
companies, everything, opportunities.
Yeah, everything. We have everything.
We really do.
I think that's the biggest thing I want to make apparent is that we have a lot to offer.
Yeah, 100%. Well, Sora, I know in that intro I said you were a multi-genre musician.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about how you got into that and what the kind of music is that you do.
Yeah, in every SoraCD interview, this will get redundant, but I always got to highlight my mother just for piquing my interest in music in general and just being able to expose me to a wide range of music from a very young age. She was on the computer a lot, during the early downloading music era, and she was always getting me exposed to R&B from the United Kingdom, metal music, gospel, rap. So I always grew up listening to a bunch of different things, and that piqued my interest. So when I, picked up a microphone, I was always thinking about different ways how I can, mold those things together. And it's less common, or excuse me, it's more common in today's, day and age where everyone wants to make everything. I just think that when I put my hand into that pot, I do my best to study and try and make sure that the people that have that sound as the soundtrack to their life for real, like can respect what I'm doing, and then the people that aren't aware of it can learn about it, and I put my own twist to it. So being able to dip my toe in those different ponds has always been something that's been a lot of fun for me, and it's been a challenge for me.
Yeah. What is your, I guess, what does your mom think about the music that you're doing now? Like, does she listen to it? Is she a big fan of it?
She comments on every post. Yeah, she gives me a fire emoji every post. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's good. The thing about just making music and being at the level I'm at is like I never truly know until like I ask someone directly. I never know who's listening. Even with all the stats and everything that you have access to, I never really know. Yeah. And when it comes to like my parents though, like they're very, very supportive. And I couldn't be more grateful for that. I got a lot of supportive people behind me.
Yeah. Well, I've actually experienced one of those music events that you threw a few months ago. I don't remember. It was a place in Capitol Hill.
It was at Vermilion. Yeah,
Vermilion. Yes. And I loved it, man. And seeing you work, it was funny because we've never met in person.
Right.
And that was the first time, y'all, that we connected. But I didn't know what you looked like, really. And I was asking people. I was like, "Hey, are you Sora by any chance?" And they were like, "Nah, I don't know. That's not me. No." And then I saw you, and this is before I actually knew it was you. You were just going from this guy to this guy, running the event, pretty much staying busy. And I was like, well, it might be him. And then I went up to him. I was like, yeah, it's him, man.
Right. No, Time of Your Life is great. Also, big shout out to Vermilion Art Gallery and Bar. Diana and everyone there is so great, and they take care of us. And with Time of Your Life, just the events production company where we do, networking events, we do parties, we do live concerts. We just try to make sure that we have a safe space to experience everything Seattle has to offer. And just in, our introduction, it was one of the biggest events that we had up to that point. So me being able to like show my face to everyone and be able to show that I have gratitude for that situation was super important. It was great to talk to you, and just our first conversation, that we had here at Colors. We figured out we had so much in common. We have a lot of similar background, and that's the reason why I do Time of Your Life. It wasn't a thing that I initially started thinking it was going to be like a full-blown thing, but it evolved into something that reminds me and restores faith in like what we have going on here in the city every single time that we do it. So every time we see someone step on stage, or every time we make sure that people connect, like I've seen so many relationships get built, so much more support for each other in the scene just through this 1 year of me doing events. So being able to create that community is something that is really important to me. I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, community, man. We hear that word a lot. And to be able to create something like a community for people to go to and something to have where they can make friends and stuff can mean a lot more to people than we think sometimes too.
Yeah, I was just talking to a lot of people about this actually. Just there's a lack of third spaces in the world. I remember growing up. I'm older now, but just growing up, having multiple community centers to go to. Public pools, parks, and places where, the library. I was just talking I was just talking about the library. Just being able to have, spaces in the world that wasn't your home, that wasn't school, that wasn't work, just to be. And, at my adult age, those things turn into bars and clubs and, lounges, et cetera. But being able to have an experience where firstly you're safe, and then you get the opportunity to be introduced to your new favorite artist somewhere, someone who's like you, someone who is from where you're from. I think that connection there, especially when we're in a place like Vermilion where there's so much beautiful art up front, and a lot of people are so intrigued in the building itself and what they got going on there. And then they stumble into a Time of Your Life show, and then they realize that there's a lot more to meets the eye. And I think that's really indicative of where Seattle's at right now.
Where did you get the name A Time of Your Life from?
If I can remember correctly, so Time of Your Life was supposed to be an album. It was supposed to be a project. I wanted to make like the perfect summer album. That's where it came from. And that turned into me like dropping like a single in a different genre every week that August. But Time of Your Life was just supposed to be Yeah, something that was indicative of that summer, like of 23, I guess now. Yeah, that's a while ago now, but
Yeah.
um,
It's
yeah,
crazy to think about that,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So I started off like throwing like 2 rooftop parties just because like I wanted to, test the music, but also just create, that vibe, that experience. I made like jerk chicken. I grilled chicken for everybody.
You can make jerk chicken?
I cook, brother.
You didn't bring some for us today, though.
Nah, I cook. I know we can do something cooking. I cook, brother. Like that's one thing that I can say.
I can learn from you then.
Man, yeah. So, but it was a good time. I had my friends and just being able to, see Seattle and again have a safe space where we can just have that third space. That led into more events and more people asking about more events and getting a team of people that was ready to, whenever we had an opening, whenever we got a slot, on the fly, being able to say I'm down and I'm gonna put 100% effort into this. And that's where it started and that's where we're at.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up,
Thank
man. This is something that we chatted last time we talked.
Right.
Yesler Terrace.
Yeah.
Man, what a connection point that I did not know we would have, but we have.
No, man. I used to go there for many a hoop sessions, man. That was one of the spots.
We probably hooped together then.
Yeah, probably.
Back in the day,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Because you never knew who you were hooping with. You just had 5.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
if you're on a team, you're on a team. There's no positions. Everyone's a shooting guard at that
Right.
point. You know what I'm saying? So we're just running around. Yeah, but I love those early days. Yesler, man. Just all the community centers, man. Garfield, GTLC. You know what I'm saying? All the Rotaries, man. The Boys and Girls
man.
Clubs. Just being able to just run around as a kid and again have those spaces where you could just meet other people and just have a good time. And that also harbored a lot of our curiosity for different things. A lot of these community centers had weight rooms or different sports programs, dance teams, recording studios, computer rooms, things that allowed us to streamline those curiosities. And I think we need more of that.
we really do, man. It was like for some people, I feel like Yesler, the community center specifically, was like an escape for them.
Yeah.
Whatever's going on at home, sometimes if there's a certain issue going on, they can go there and they have that community. They have that. Right. I guess it is kind of a distraction for them because maybe they don't have anything else. And I'd rather have, my friends have that be a distraction, basketball,
right.
Computer room or whatever, the gym, than other things that could be more detrimental.
Yeah, and I feel like people underestimate the power of a child who's bored. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're bored, you know what I'm saying, or you just kind of like don't see anything outside of what you're currently seeing, it's really easy to just gravitate towards something that brings excitement. And being able to have like a community of people where you can find other people that have your shared interests. You know what I'm saying? Being able to find community like we were speaking about in those spaces. It's almost like a second family. Like everybody I grew up with, everybody that I met around the neighborhood, those are family to me. You know what I'm saying? I've known these people for 15 years of my life now.
Yeah.
Playing Little League football, going to the community centers, going through different programs and different it's about building community at the end of the day. I think that's something that we got to highlight more.
100%, man. And I mean, you would even see sometimes at the Garfield one. I once met Nate Robinson.
Yeah.
We were hooping, and then from the distance, I could see him in like the little room talking to some of the other coaches or whatever.
Right.
And then I hit up my friend. I was like, "Hey, man, is that Nate Robinson?" And we were all so young. We were like, "Yeah, I think that is." They're like, "Let's go take a picture." And they were like, "No, we don't." But we ended up doing it anyway. It was, man, our heartbeats were boom, 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 of course. But
legendary.
He was so nice, man. Super chill.
Yeah, we got a lot of legends that's come out of that basketball gym, man. A lot of legends that in Seattle in general that's a conversation a lot of people are having right now. I'm not like the biggest basketball guy, but I'll always give a nod to the legends here.
100%.
We always set things on fire.
Yeah, man. So let's kind of going back to you and your music.
Yeah.
You've got this project going on. Actually, tell us a little bit more about the Luminary.
Yeah.
That name. Where does that come from? What's the significance of that?
I think the significance of it is everyone who listens. I think it's less about me and it's more about me, reflecting the light back onto the people who support me. The origins of where I'm from and the people that came before me and just the definition of the Luminary. And this is probably loose. I've looked at this definition like every day and I always, and I probably won't say it word by word, but It's a person who is, an important figure who inspires, but it's also, it's like the reflection of light. You know what I'm saying? Like the reflection of light. So, I call, the listeners, the fans, supporters, whatever you want to call it, I refer to them as the superstars just because I feel like when you listen to music, when you do anything in life, you should feel like a superstar.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people come from places where they don't feel like superstars, and you got to be a superstar in your own right. And I'm just a reflection of them. I make the soundtrack, and then they actually do the work. You know what I'm saying? They actually live the life. So that, it's about honoring them. So I'm only a reflection of them. So I'm just a luminary. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about the superstars at the end of the day.
Man, what a way to point the spotlight back to others.
Well, like that's what runs us, you know what I'm saying? That's what makes us move. I make music, but the only reason I make music is because of people. Thinking about what people in the world need, but also just from conversation, the things that I talk about with people in my everyday life, the things that I think about, the experiences that I had in the past, the things that I want for the future, et cetera, et cetera. So, the reason I make music is people, and being able to evoke emotion in people, to be able to have music that can, aid experiences, being able to connect people through the music and create experiences in that direction, and just, being in the background of other people's greatness, being in the background of a lot of people's stories, and me stepping into my own greatness. Hopefully that inspires somebody to do that as well. So that's
Yeah. No, I like that, man. What is sort of, both you and I are content creators in different avenues, but both content creators. We're not, millions of views or billions of views or whatever. We're not at that status yet.
Right.
What keeps you going when, let's say, you drop a reel, you drop an album, a song, or whatever, you do an event, and there's not enough people, there's not enough viewers, streamers. What is it that keeps you going when you're not seeing the results immediately?
No, so I won't lie. Like I get discouraged very easily, personally. So like I wouldn't encourage that for people. Whatever method you take to do that, But no, I think that's something that I had to get over for like a long time. Just knowing that one, the only person who truly sees the vision is yourself a lot of the times, and two, like that vision sometimes can't be perfect at the onset, naturally. I remember literally yesterday, I was like clearing out some storage, and I stumbled on like my first like 3-4 songs from 2018. And just like when I first started making music, like I already thought I was the one. Like I already thought like I should have been out of here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm listening back to those songs, and they're like, no, I won't curse on here, but they're terrible. Like they're terrible pieces of music. And I'm really glad they don't see the light of day. And just
but that's how you started, though, man.
Exactly.
There's no shame in that.
But knowing how I felt at the moment when I was trying to do what I'm doing now, being able to just like, reverse engineer and know that I was able to see the vision, and that's still very valid, but also it's still valid for people to like hear that you're not good and still not support that yet. Yeah. And so working really hard. That's the first thing is not sitting in the emotion of what you don't have. It's just putting that energy into working really hard to figure out what worked and what didn't, and then getting back to the drawing board. So it's not that, like, a lot of people like, you can't have emotion in this, man. It's, you can't, no, have emotion. Like, it's an emotional thing. Like, this is your life. You know what I'm saying? But
sure
at the
is.
same time, certain things work, certain things don't. Yeah. Certain people are looking for certain things in certain avenues. Like, you just got to figure out where you fit in the market. You just got to figure out the gap and fit into it.
100%, man. Wow. Yeah, I also, before I did this podcast, I had a YouTube channel. I first started
Didn't we all?
Man.
Yeah, I was like, we all had a YouTube channel.
And I haven't deleted any one of those old videos.
Keep those up.
Because I don't want to.
Yeah, keep those up. That's going to be great for the documentary.
Man, I'm saying, man, like, especially like in the intro, they see how you started.
You got to think about it like that. I think about that all the time. Whenever I go through something that's a little bit difficult or something that, isn't preferable, I always got to think like, yeah, that's going to be great for the interview, the documentary.
For the documentary coming up,
exactly.
when I'm 40, 50, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe
exactly.
now, too. Who knows?
Who knows, exactly.
But, man, what are some of the dopest projects and collabs that you've done? Because I know you've worked with Vermilion, but any other specific projects that stand out in your career thus far that are like, man, this one was dope?
Man, yeah, I'll highlight some things that I've done, and then I'll talk about some things that I got coming up, just because I feel like those are the things I'm super, super excited about. But again, to shout out Vermilion, like I've been doing events at Vermilion myself since like, I want to say mid 2023, like the summer. And like in regards to time in your life, we've done like 8, 9 events there now. They're really like future forward and really understand and have a pulse on what's going on in the city, and being able to give people spaces to take a step towards their dreams. So I always want to give them credit for that, just because without that space, I wouldn't be as far as I am personally. And a lot of us are really grateful to have that space. Another thing that I think was really cool was, I think everything is pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm grateful for the entire process. I think like the first time we had our conversation, I like went home like super gassed up about it. Like I was really like really excited. I was like, this is the best like conversation, because every time I have an interview, I feel like it's people know more about me, you know what I'm saying? So it becomes more substantial conversation. But I think that like we're the same person, just in like different, different, timelines or whatever. Like
That is how we felt afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially the Yesler part.
Yeah, so we were just talking about that, and just being able to connect on that front, and just being able to see more people where I'm from, achieving and striving to do things. I think that's the best part about this. And then like coming up, man, like I have a project out called Go 6 that's been doing really well for me. It's been really fun to perform live. And then I have another project coming out sometime in May. I usually don't do things without dates, but I think this is important. I was speaking about the superstars and everything earlier, and just like that idea. And I got a project out, or coming out. That's what I'm saying. I'm already messing up the announcement. I got a project coming out called Superstars, y'all. And it's just my best swing at doing something for us, man. Do it for people in the city. This one's for the 6, man. And just thinking about the past, present, the future, the ones that the fallen that should be standing right next to us, and built that foundation for us to do what we do today. It's pure Seattle music. So I'm really excited to get that out in May, and just like take a step forward and bringing Seattle music to the world. Like if you from here and you from around here, man, like this is one's for us. So like I'm really excited for that. And then May 29th, Chop Suey, Time of Your Life. We're running Chop Suey. That means a lot to me. Like I remember if I'm not mistaken, I think my dad went to go see like Talib Kweli, Mos Def at Chop Suey. That's crazy.
What?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm performing at the same space. Like Lizzo's performing there, dog.
How
That's
does
crazy.
that feel?
No, that's cool. That's cool. Like Chop Suey, legendary Seattle venue. Thank you to the marketing team and the production team over there for believing in us and taking a chance on us. And y'all about to see thousands of flyers around this city. You know what I'm saying about it. And it's going to be the biggest event in Seattle music history to me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everyone that is on this card is very capable of providing a life-changing experience. I think everybody on this card, everybody who's vending clothing, everybody who's a part of this event, we got No Guidance Entertainment, we got Happy House Pro, we got a lot of people involved that are really invested in seeing the city grow and seeing the city being brought to the world. You know what I'm saying? That's that's been something that has been so integral to what we all do. Just that through line of the vision. And 2025 is ours, and it's not even like a thing that we're second guessing or have any ambition about. It's just something that's set in stone.
You know it.
Yeah, it's set in stone. It's set in stone.
You guys heard him. Tap into those events, and we'll post some links in the description about that.
Yeah, May 29th at Chop Suey. Yeah, go get tickets.
Yeah, next month.
I had to talk them down for y'all too. They were trying to charge y'all $15. I think that I'm not gonna but I had to talk them down. I'm trying to the economy. I understand. We're doing $10 tickets.
There we go.
Yeah,
little $5 discount.
Yeah,
come on. Sorry, man. I'm curious to know, man, because you're in the music industry.
Right.
Were there any inspirational artists growing up? Were there any favorite rappers, artists from different genres that you looked up to?
Yeah. So I want to just start locally, just because I always want to highlight the city first. you know, the legends, Quincy, Jimmy, Kurt, you know, those guys. Just being able to do what I'm trying to do, bring Seattle music to the world. A lot of different folks, man. Modest Mouse, shout out Modest Mouse. Spaceman, I want to shout out Kid Sensation, Sweet Pea, my Uncle Ro, my cousins, man. You know, Scratch, 50 Shot G, The Queen, Rashad. There's so many people, man. Paris Alexa. Yeah, my brother Nell 2-1. You know, all my brothers from the Central District that's making music right now, man. The people that, you know, aren't here with us, Long Live Basset, you know, my brother Hilly Hill. You know, just, you know, people that I seen growing up, people who had that it factor and that star power before, like, I ever knew that I could have it. And in terms of the names that we all know, I just remember being really into, like, I grew up watching, we talked about it in WWE. Hold on, are you going to SmackDown on Friday?
Oh, no, man.
You're not?
I'm not able to, no. No, but my friend is, though. He's thinking about it.
I was sorry. We just,
man, I forgot the WWE part, too.
That's crazy. But yeah, I grew up watching a lot of wrestling, dog. So just, I got introduced to, like, metal music, punk music, you know, industrial and stuff, like, through that. And through my mom, again, you know, she was playing System of a Down and, you know, the song Chop Suey by System of a Down, Full Circle, Times of Flat Circle. Just being able to get introduced to stuff like that. And then just, like, early stuff, like Cube is one of my favorite rappers, Ice Cube. I really like his work. I like Lil Wayne. Like, that's my favorite rapper ever. Like, I just wanted to be Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
And then, just a lot of other people. Adele. I love Adele. I love Amy Winehouse. She's my favorite singer ever. I love... I'm trying to think about, like, more things that's to the roots of it.
Yeah.
I like 311. 311, the band. If you know about 311.
I'm not familiar with 311.
Yeah, it's like SoCal. Like, I can't even really get into it because I'm not an expert on the genre.
That's okay. Send me some songs afterwards.
Yeah. Someone's
maybe
going
I'll
to be in the
tap
comments is going to get on me about that, but I like a lot of 311. I already know how the internet works. I can't beat it, so I'm not going to try.
No. The internet's undefeated, man.
Yeah, so I'm not going to try. But just a multitude of music, man.
Yeah. Okay, now we definitely got to get into WWE.
Yes.
What, man, since the last time we saw each other,
yes,
John Cena turned heel.
I'm talking about this on the podcast. It's a dream. Yeah, no, we got to start a wrestling pod.
No, we do because
I
don't think the audience really, I've never really, from all the episodes, at least not that I remember, I've never really talked about WWE.
Yeah.
But I grew up watching it. My family did as well.
Right.
And when that happened at Elimination Chamber, John Cena, the always good guy, became a bad guy, y'all. And my friend and I watched it live. We were flipping our minds out, man. We were losing it.
Like, man, just because we grew up in that era, man. You know what I'm saying?
He was our childhood hero.
Yeah, no, like, we grew up in the Cena era. So, like, that is a thing where I think it's cool that we have our own generation of, like, you know, there's always been that like, everybody has that point in their generation where their good guy finally turns to the dark side. And we never thought we were going to get that. You know what I'm saying? So, being able to have that for our generation. No, it really means something to me, man. If you don't understand, this really mean a lot to me, man. I'll shed tears over this all day. My first T-shirt was John Cena. I didn't want that, but I had it.
Yeah.
I was one of them kids on the internet that was saying John Cena couldn't wrestle, all that. You know what I'm saying? But then,
you said that to him too?
No, yeah. I was like, I was like a nerd, bro. Like, I was really influenced by what they were saying on the net. Like, I was on forums and everything, bro. I was
damn.
Yeah, no, I was like, I was around gangbangers like with wrestling T-shirts on. Like, that was me. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I was just, I was really enthralled in everything WWE. Just seeing like how if you want to know anything about my career and like just watch wrestling, bro. Like that, everything that you hear and everything that you see is probably inspired by that.
Who's your favorite wrestler?
All time?
All time.
Jeff Hardy. Duh. Like,
really?
Yeah, like,
not like an Undertaker?
Nah. No? Like, cause I like those wrestlers. You know what I'm saying? My first favorite wrestler was Rey Mysterio. Like, when I got into wrestling, it was like 04, 05.
619.
Yeah, 04, 05. So, like, that was, that was like Ray time for me. You know what I'm saying? The outfits, the entrance, the song, the moves. You know what I'm saying? Him being shorter, him not looking like everybody else. Post Eddie Guerrero passing, man, like everything, that hit me. And I didn't even watch a match yet. You know what I'm saying? I was young. So, like, that really influenced me to, like, be out here and be somebody for real.
Yeah.
But when it came to like middle school years, like when I first started to like develop my own identity, like the person in the WWE with the, you know, the most identity and individualism was Jeff. You know what I'm saying to me? He was just cool.
He's a great acrobatic wrestler, man.
Yeah,
really
and like
good.
for me, you know, I was into a lot of like, you know, adjacent stuff. Like I was watching a lot of MTV too, so just like I was watching Jackass and like Viva La Bam and Nitro Circus and anything with Rob Dyrdek in it, bro. I like skated for like 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Tony Hawk Pro Skater was my game. You know what I'm saying? So I was listening to a lot of rock music at the time. That was just like what I was into. So Jeff was like the perfect, you know, combination of all of those different things and one wrestler too. So I was like, yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah. No, Jeff is really dope. By the way, man, you got a great outfit going on, but your outfit reminds me of one wrestler right now.
Who?
The Final Boss.
Dwayne
Johnson, man.
Dwayne.
You know how he would come out with like the floral shirts and stuff?
Yeah.
I feel like this is something
he'd wear. I feel like I'm
wear.
channeling a little bit of Dwayne right now.
Are you feeling like the Final Boss right now?
Man, always, always, always. Yeah, because it starts and ends with me at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? I create all the rules around here.
There we go, man.
But just, yeah, like that light, like I always joke that like I feel like my career trajectory is a hybrid of The Rock's and Will Smith's. Like that's what I'm working on. Just
That's a crazy combo.
because I'm doing music, and then in truthfully, earnestly, I'll say it into the camera. Like I'm going to be the WWE champion one day. Like that's not like a joke. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that's the first passion for real. Before I ever did music, I was gonna be the WWE champion. Like before the pandemic happened, 2019, 2020, I was enrolled in wrestling school, bro.
You serious?
That was my first time ever saying that to anybody. I don't think like people in my life.
You're
know
not
that.
joking?
Yeah, no, yeah. Like, yeah, I was gonna go to it's peak wrestling now. But yeah, I was about to go to Everett and train. Shout out to all the local wrestling companies. Shout out Peak. Shout out Defy.
Well,
shout out SOS.
WWE, if you're hearing this, give the man a shot.
No, yeah, I got a lot of music. I make music for a lot of wrestlers. That's something I don't really talk about a lot, but I should. I make music for a lot of wrestlers. I make really good music, and I can like probably learn how to wrestle in like 3 weeks.
Man, I love that. I love that. Yeah, you're putting it out there, man. And this goes back to the visionary side of you that says, hey, you have that vision, and now you're going to go attack it and take that action.
It's all about seeing it and reverse engineering it. Like, yeah, shout out my pops for that. He just really got me into the law of attraction and being able to, you know, visualize and manifest things. I feel like people use those words a lot, you know, and people kind of feel a certain way about it because it's become like a popular thing to say.
Yeah.
But just learning more about myself and the way I see the world and the things that like I feel inside of me. That's the best way I can navigate through life. Like I respect anyone that has, you know, some sort of spirituality or anything that they use to be able to make sense of the world. That's just my way of doing it. Being able to, you know that the vision was given to me from someplace, which means that's a possibility of something out there. And, you know, now that's there. I'm here. It's about, you know, connecting the two. So
there we go. Well, Sora, man, we are at the end. We are at the deep end of the podcast, my favorite part where I like to ask my guest the advice question.
Yes, sir.
To the younger generation, to us that are on the come up right now that maybe want to go on that music avenue, or it could even be wrestling, whatever avenue, you know, what advice would you give them as they're coming up here in 2025?
In 2025, it's about keeping your spirit alive for real. At any age, I think if it's about the youth, it's about always constantly wanting to educate yourself. I think that's super important and integral. Read a book, read an article, learn more, dig deeper, go beyond the surface. You know what I'm saying? Enrich your mind. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to know things. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to be aware of what's going on around you because that's not only going to benefit you in the long run, but that's going to be able to allow you to enjoy life a lot more. You know what I'm saying? For everybody, always just be open-minded to the future. Always keep good people around you because you are who you hang around. And just, again, believe in yourself, believe in a dream, believe in the universe, and believe that anything in this world is possible for you. I think I said this on the last one, but just like anything, you know, that's around you starts with an idea, and anything that's ever existed starts with an idea. So if you have an idea and you can believe in that idea, it can be possible. We have airplanes, dog. We got microphones. We got computers in our pocket. Mugs, twin. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? And it can be you. and tomorrow could be the day you win. So don't give up on any day. When you give up, that's when failure happens. Not just when you get the no or when you get the door closed. It's when you quit. So cliches are cliches for a reason. All that good stuff. Stream SoraCD music. It's good for you.
Beautifully said. Beautifully said, Sora. Sora, man, where can people tap in with you, connect with you, find your music, events, all that good stuff?
Yeah, we do social media. Find me on social media at CD SoraCD. That's CD SoraCD. You can find me on all streaming platforms. I'm on a bunch of streaming platforms. I'm on like 100 of them. Anywhere in the world, you can listen to my music. SORA capital CD SoraCD. For events, if you're in the Seattle area, if you're in Washington State, if you're anywhere in the world, pop out the time in your life. If you want to follow us on Instagram, that's at TOYL for time in your life 206 TOYL 206. And we got our event, the Great Seattle Fire, coming up at Chop Suey on May 29th. So go get tickets for that, man. It's the most important event in Seattle music history. I got my project Superstars coming out. Pure Seattle music, man. And go stream Go 6. That's great. That's a great project. Thank you.
Y'all heard him, man. Yeah, for real. Sora, man. It's been an honor, man. Appreciate your time. And you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Tap in with Sora. Go support the man. Support people in our community that are doing great things, that are having events and everything. And I hope you guys enjoy your beautiful day. Till next time, y'all. Peace. What is up, y'all? Thank you so much for tuning in to that episode. Make sure to click the subscribe, follow button, as well as the bell to get notified on all my new content that is coming out every Wednesday and every other day. And make sure to click that link in the description down below to get access to all my socials and any other platforms that I have my podcast on. And until next time, y'all, peace.